Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Visual. Welcome to Battle Rap Boutique. If you're coming to this channel just to see the recipe, go ahead and stay and check out the recipe. And then when the recipe's done, go ahead and leave because there's probably some shit that's not gonna interest you. So, real quick, I was thinking about making a drink and relaxing, and I've been thinking about my content and stuff that I want to do on the channel, and I want to talk about some of those things too. But for now, for those that are coming for the margarita, let's start making the fucking margarita, shall we? Let me find a good place for this. Oh, it works. All right. So real quick in the margarita process, sometimes you see me drinking this shit on the Union blogs and shit like that. But we're gonna need five things. Number one is you need some ice. Number two is the tequila, and you want to get 100% agave tequila, because that's going to give you the agave flavor. I use this tequila Espolón. It's not really that expensive, but it's not cheap either. But it gives good flavor for the margarita. Number three, triple sec, and this is like a citrus orange liqueur. Number four is the agave syrup. Now, when you make margaritas, they come out. The ingredients are really sour and citrusy, so the agave syrup will help it tone it down and give it some sweetness. And number five is your fresh lemon. Now you can go even farther, and there's some better triple sec that you can buy. Not triple specifically, but there's some better options for quality. But this works just fine. So first off, I'm gonna juice my lemon. And to juice your lemon, you just give the lemon a good roll on your palm and the table. This will help loosen up all the lemon membranes. This is a cook's trick to juicing lemons. So this loosens everything up inside. So when you squeeze it, it's going to be easier. The juice is going to flow a lot better. So after a while, you can tell it's pretty smushy now compared to the firmness that it was. So I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to put it in my cup. I'm going to go ahead and add the ice. I'm using big ice cubes, like ice cube trays. If you got smaller cubes, it works a lot better, or crushed ice. But because these are big cubes, I'm not going to go any farther than four cubes on here. So you take your, and you can buy these for like $2-3 at your bargain store. I'm gonna pop this in. Now the ratio is 1 ounce of lime juice. I'm sorry, I've been saying lemon. And these lemons are a little on the old side, and they barely have any fucking juice. Oh, great! These things are dried up like fill in the blank. So usually a lime will have about 1 ounce of juice in it on average. So it's perfect for like one fresh lime. But on this motherfucker, I'm gonna have to use more than one. They've been sitting around for a little while. See, now these lemons are hurt, but these limes might have to go with 3. Oh, yeah, this one was a little juicier. Ooh, that shit's getting in some cuts. Feel that shit. There we go. It's about an ounce. I'm just gonna add the last one. Yeah, that's good. Right, so the lemon's added with the ice, the lime. Keep saying lemon. And I'm gonna take a shot glass just to measure the rest. So I'm gonna add about 1 ounce of agave syrup. Add it into the mix. 1 ounce of triple sec. This is all for all the haters that be hating. What the hell is he drinking? Is he getting saucy on? Well, the real shit. And 2 ounces or 2 shots of tequila. And it goes. And it goes. Now I'm going to take my dry glass. This is a martini glass. It's not a margarita glass, but I'm still going to use it. I'm going to take the leftover lemon and run it along the brim. And that moisturizes the rim of the glass, in which you can take your salt and just tap it along the edge of the glass. And I'm only doing half because sometimes I might not want to taste that salt. I may want a clean sip without the salt being in the way, and dabble with the salt as I go. So it's about a 50-50. So now that my mix is in, I'm going to take it and shake it. Take it and shake it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'll go about a good 10 seconds of shaking, nice vigorous shakes. And I can't find my tool. There it is. I'm just going to add a couple of these cubes in here, because 4 is a bit over the limit. I think 3 is going to do. And there you go, buddies. A fresh margarita. Perfect. Now, that was the margarita portion of the show. Go ahead and exit the building if you choose to do so. So, I've been thinking about the channel, things I want to do. Battle rap goes through waves of some ridiculous shit that happens. And I don't know whether, like, where I want to be, where I want to start, where I want to continue off on, what exactly I want to do. So I get into these bags, which don't seem to go like fully all the way on. But I start thinking about like animation, doing some stuff like graphic wise. And then I get into it, and then I kind of just stop doing it. Like right now, I'm working on some graphics for DME. of sheer pleasure, really. But he's a tough motherfucker to do graphics for because I don't really know what to add for him. Like what type of I have an idea, and I'm working on it now. But I've been thinking about different types of effects and just doing like little skits and shit where like if that involves effects. The Union blogged like 2 days ago actually. DME has all the footage. DME's editing that portion, so it should have dropped by now. I don't know what he's waiting on. Leave it to DME. So in that session, like we talked about the Tay Rock situation, the John John and bullpen situation. The time was limited, so we focused a lot of our time on that type of shit. And I think we've talked about other topics previously, so there's not really much going on in battle rap. Like aside from the upcoming events, I know the face-offs are today, so I'm waiting on those. See, I was looking up my recipe here, making sure my shit's correct. Um, so, so this is my thing. That this is the shit that I've been thinking about, right? Um, I want to start doing these segments, which entail tech, tech for production, and because you guys might not realize it, but a lot of people always hit me up behind the scenes, like a lot of, and they're not. Um, they scale from the biggest people in media and in battle rap to the small time blogger. So I always pause but leave my door open to anybody that has questions, has run into problems when anything that needs a troubleshoot or anything at all, like production wise, whether it be a camera, how to set up a camera, what kind of software is good for what kind of editing software. Uh, do I need lights? Is this camera good enough? Microphones, and I just graduated from going to school for all that shit, so I have all the knowledge in my head. Um, I just really don't take advantage of it. So people are always hitting me up and asking me like stuff, and that's fine. I'm willing to help out anybody. But what I was thinking about doing is doing segments on tech and showing showing people like basics on like how to get started in the media stuff, or going through a rundown of cameras and what might be best for you starting out, going in deeper, pause, or what kind of software do you need when you first start out. What is the first piece of software that I should get and follow up on to start editing videos, and what's going to be user friendly, what's my compatibility and choices when it comes to like whether you're using a Mac or a PC. What type of microphones am I going to use? Should I use a lavalier? Should I use a shotgun? Should I use a condenser mic like this, or should I use a dynamic mic? Um, Lights. Lights are very important. People don't understand a lot of the majority of quality comes from having good lights, good lighting in general. The more light you have, even with crappy cameras, you're gonna get better quality because the camera only sees as much as light as you give it to see. So the more light, um, the sensor can take in to give you that quality. It could be a phone, like I'm using my phone right now, and the lighting here sucks. But if I had it lit up right now. If I had this box light in front of me on, it'd be, the quality would sharpen up. So that's kind of like things that I've been thinking about for a long time now, is doing stuff like that. And I kind of got discouraged a while back because I brought this idea to a fucking idiot group that shot down the idea. And because um, I had first like kind of presented it as, and this was just a pitch, an idea to see to feel where people are at. Of course, I introduced it to the wrong group because it was a group of idiots and trolls. But I brought up like having a Patreon for it and shit like that, which they said, "Oh, you're gonna charge people for it." Listen, like a lot of this time shit takes time and effort, and having a one-on-one or something like a Patreon. Not saying that I'm going that direction, but it's just something that has been thought about in the past 2 years that that I can help further if there was a platform designed for me to do so like that. This margarita is fucking delicious. Try this shit out. But yeah, I think there's gonna be some new things like that. Don't be surprised if you see it later on the channel. Little different parts uh, of production, and I think anybody can do this. And I think a lot of people do want to state their opinions in blogs. I don't think there's any shortage. I mean, we don't have too many bloggers. There's always somebody with an opinion and voice, and if they want to be social about it, they can be. I don't think it's like, oh, there's way too many bloggers in the game. That just doesn't make sense to me. Everybody has a voice, and everybody has a opinion and perspective, and everybody has a different style, and there's a style for everybody, even if it may be 1 to 10,000 people. There's an audience for everybody, and everybody can gain an audience if you really want to. If anyone you watching wanted to blog, I'm sure somebody out there is going to listen. I do my fair share listening across the board to a lot of bloggers, small time or not. I just tune in to see what they have to offer, where their mind is at, what they have to talk about. Um, but a lot of the times they don't have the skills to carry that out. The simple task of just talking about. Of course, you can just turn on your fucking phone and YouTube and record, but if you really want to take it that little step, I can help with that shit. I really can. So, volume 4 is going down tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. Um, I'll be tuned in. I work till like 2 o'clock, so after 2, I'm gonna be heading home. I think the events usually start like after 3 or something like that. Usually it's advertised for like 2 o'clock, but they start late. We all know that. So I'll be tuned in. I'll be tuned in tonight to the face-offs. I'm more looking forward to the RBE event that's coming up. That should be a really good event. I have high hopes for that being one of the events of the year so far, to kick the year off. Uh, yeah, we do have merch. I wanna plug in the merch. If you go on J Legends, I'll try to have a description of it on the description box, a little link to that when this is over. But it's got I think there's 2 designs that Jay has up right now: the surviving DME and the Union. Now I feel a little weird about my face being on one of the designs. I don't know. Like, I've never really told the guys that, but it is kind of weird. Just uh, the logo being like our faces. Like I don't know, maybe I'm too humble to really like that, but I feel kind of funny about it. I feel weird you wearing my face on across your chest like that. Pause. But the surviving DME one is pretty dope. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I think it should have been. Jay went about it himself. If yeah, um, a while back when I first started the channel, I was advertising battlerapmerch.com. I was part owner of that company, and I designed the majority of those logos and stuff like that. So I have experience, and I took multiple classes in graphic design. So I have an understanding of graphic design. Um, it's not something um, that I'm strong at. It's not one of my strong suits. And he didn't reach out to me. He just went about it and did it on his own and got somebody else to do it. He just kind of did it under the radar, which is cool. I would have gladly helped, but those were Jay's designs. I didn't have any part of that, so I didn't even have it say so. He put him once it was all said and done. That's when I went and saw that what the logos were once they were up for sale, and I really knew about it. But yeah, I like the DME design. Um, Not myself per se. I'm always willing to collaborate and take insight from anybody or anything that's gonna enhance um, the product. But I'll probably be dabbling in some design one way. Salute T7, 7 Mitchell. It, but yeah, those are my thoughts and hopes for the channel. I know Jay's been doing a lot of shit. He just went to Baltimore to interview and shoot some of the battle rap scene over there. To talk to some people. He has footage of that just dropped on his channel. I'm sure he has a lot more to come. The new Union blog is being held hostage by DME. So whenever DME is done editing that, I'm sure that's going to be up on the channel. We usually don't decided we don't post anything on the channel unless it's two or more or in collaboration of any of us. So you won't really see our individual perspectives on that channel that's designated for our. So if there's a delay on content on there, we do meet up at least once a week to record. So which we have. It's just it's on its way. It's nothing really exciting. We're talking kind of more serious things. It's I mean, it is what it is when it comes to to the topics at hand. The whole Tay Rock situation on social media and the John shit. Uh, you know, I'm just chilling. It's my day off. I've been sick actually this whole past week, so I'm just getting over that. I'm still a little stuffy, but I haven't got sick in like over 3 years, like for real. And it just caught me off guard all of a sudden. So this whole past week I've been fucking sick as fuck. But my body recovers well, and recovers fast. So it was like 2 days of uh, Mike Tyson germ punches, and I'm getting back to normal now. I'm just my body's extracting all this fucking extra mucus and phlegm that's comes with the aftermath of it. But it was the first time in like a weekend's change since I've had a drink. My body's been down, so I'm just um, celebrating here, relaxing, and yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's probably a longer blog than I needed to. Thanks, Seven Mitchell. Yeah. Anybody that tuned in after the margarita, way beyond that, salute. Um, more ideas and more shit in the works. Oh, and I want to mention real quick. Um, I do have an idea of setting up a new like studio environment, and by that I mean uh, I do a lot of green screening, or I have, and I kind of want to get away from the green screen. I want to have something more natural and organic. So I want to kind of like build up a little studio room, um, you know, something small with a nice background, probably some RGB lighting, um, some nice ambient lighting, something that I can just blog on and rock on. That doesn't involve like green screening and all that shit's a pain in the ass. Yes, I can do whatever I want with it. The sky's the limit, but um, it's just not as organic to me. Um, yeah, it's just what it is. I don't want to be the green screen guy. Anyways, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Matt, Seven Mitchell, J Biz, anybody else who's tuned in live. I'll see y'all later. Maybe I'll start it back up later on today.